Hey, good people, it's Minister Kanita Smith here, and today's pearl is you have come through the fire. Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir for most of us. I want to read into your hearing Daniel chapter 3, verses 24 through 25, and so it reads, They replied, Certainly, your majesty, he said. Look, I see four men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the fourth looks like the son of the gods. So, in the story, we've heard the three Hebrew boys. Those of you who are familiar with church and have been grown up in the church or maybe heard some stories, you've heard about the three Hebrew boys and how they were thrown into this fire and the fire was turned up 7 times. And most of us feel as if the fire has been turned up heavier than ever before in our lives in 2024. We feel like we were going through some heavy and hot blazes. You hear me? But in those times, we also saw, just as we see in the story with the Hebrew boys, how Jesus was with them. When the man said that he saw a fourth man that looked like the son of the gods, Jesus was in the fire with them. And even though everything was ablaze, they weren't burned up. They weren't scorched. And the same is happening with you in this season. You have gone through the fire. The fire didn't bind you. It didn't bind you up. It didn't consume you. It didn't scorch you. It didn't burn you. You just went through the fire. And in that fire, Jesus was with you, holding your hand, making sure that what was being presented in your circumstance wasn't taking you out, didn't keep you discouraged, didn't take you into so much despair that you wanted to take your life and end it. He made sure that you were going to be here to see what he's doing next in your life. In fact, Isaiah 43 verse 2 stood strong for you, and I'm going to read it because I feel like it's important. And so it says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. And that's exactly what happened in your life. But now that you have gone through, that you have passed through the fire, you are about to reap and see a harvest like you have never seen before. You are about to see your health restore. You are about to see abundance and increase. You are about to see relationships in your families mended. You're about to see growth in your churches and in your ministries and in your small groups, because the power and the fire of God is going to be on your life and sitting on your tongue, because you have allowed God to show you how to trust him. So in this season, you have gone through the fire, but you are about to reap a reward. And I just want to encourage you and let you know that God is still doing a work in your life, and you can trust that everything that he has promised you, you will receive in this season. So be blessed and keep telling people about God and what he's done for you, and I will see you next week.